discriminate against a certain group. Am I talking about, I don't want to make cupcakes for gay people? Maybe. Or maybe I'm talking about something completely different. You'll find out right here on KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart app. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
The FDA is investigating cases of hepatitis A, it says, are linked to organic strawberries in California, Minnesota, and Canada. The federal agency says the strawberries are found in brands Fresh Pompo and H-E-B. They were sold in Walmart, Trader Joe's, Aldi, Sprouts, and Winco. Today marks 7 years since President Biden's son, Beau, passed away from brain cancer. The president and first lady marked the anniversary by attending Mass in Delaware. And rapper Master P's daughter is dead at the age of 29. Tatiana Miller was featured on the family show Growing Up Hip Hop. It was a reality show. It focused on her issues with substance abuse. Master P wrote on Instagram, "Mental illness and substance abuse is a real issue we can't be afraid to talk about, but no official cause of death has been revealed." From the Driveway.com Weather Center, we've got a mostly sunny day ahead with highs from the mid-60s to the mid-80s. This report is brought to you by Amtrak. Let's take a look at that drive with the KFI in the sky and just looking at the 10.
You betcha. Well, we got a mostly clear down our freeways as well, but a few things to watch out for. Mid-City, Los Angeles, westbound Canada, Arlington. Now, this is only the collection lanes. The number one, the fast lane, if you will, the okay to drive through collection lanes on the far right. So just stay mainline, you'll be fine. Southbound 605 at Willow, sadly this has been a really serious situation, but it's only the right lane. Southbound 605 at Willow, that's just before you get down to the 405. In time, it won't take you long at all to get through. Just the right lane block. And in Orange County, they're all looking pretty good. In Atwater Village, North 5 at Glendale, let's cut the halfway point between East LA and the 134. But debris in lanes, people are driving. And I do want to remind you, my own drive to the airport this morning, the speed limit is 65, not 85. So be careful when we've got the lighter than usual conditions. KFI in the sky helps get you back faster. I'm Jeff Bob.
Gas prices are high, so ride Amtrak and fuel your adventurous side without breaking your travel budget. Amtrak gets you there with more money in your wallet. Book in advance and save up to 20% at Amtrak.com. Restrictions and exclusions apply.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, the new All-Star Summer Blizzard Treat lineup is here, with flavors like the Girl Scout Thin Mints, the new Oreo Dirt Pie, Caramel Fudge Cheesesteak, Cotton Candy, and more. There's something for everybody, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, the weather's warming up and the days are getting longer, so it's time to ditch that extra baggage. Did you know that donating your old car or damaged car to Cars for Kids can take about 2 minutes? Fill out the easy forms at carsforkids.org or call them 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Cars for Kids will arrange for you to receive a tax deduction and a vacation voucher, so you'll be all set. Avoid the hassle of selling the car yourself. Just go to carsforkids.org today. And remember, that's Cars with a K.
My name is Anthony Stramino, and I approve this message.
Gavin Newsom has held public office for over 25 years. Do you feel safer? Do you like what's being taught in the public schools? Is this the California you want to hand over to your kids? Anthony Stramino is not another politician. He's a businessman, father of 5, and grandson of an immigrant who fled communist Cuba to pursue the American dream. On June 7th, vote Anthony Stramino for governor. This isn't about politics. It's about a better future for our kids. Paid for by Anthony Stramino for Governor 2022.
Here's to the great American settlers, the millions of you who settled for unsatisfying jobs because they pay the bills. Of course, there is something else you could do if you got something to say. Start a podcast with Spreaker from iHeart and unleash your creative freedom. Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss, "Hey, I'm no settler. I'm an explorer." Spreaker.com. Spreaker. Hustle all over today.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 38,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success.
Visit uline.com.
Summer is here. Proms, vacations, family time, and grad nights. Be sure to keep your family and loved ones safe from infection while you enjoy your time together. The next surge could be just ahead. Keep your loved ones safe. Visit your local COVID clinic and get a PCR or rapid result test. Visit one of their safe and clean facilities near you before you travel or if you feel that you may have been exposed. Life is for living. Book a test at covidclinic.org to keep the party rolling. covidclinic.org.
If you identify evil, you have to lock the evil up. Nothing is going to magically turn that brain into goodness.
Whether it's thought evil and action evil.
This guy is action evil because he shot people. Thought evil? I don't know how long you can keep them away.
Action evil always comes from thought evil.
John and Ken. Right, but not all thought evil leads to action evil.
Okay, but what are we losing?
You should see what people are thinking right now.
Weekdays at 2 on KFI.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart app. It's the Bill Handel Show. It's Memorial Day, so Bill is off. Some of the stories we're watching for you at KFI. An LAPD officer has passed a few days after suffering what they say is a catastrophic spinal injury. It was during a training exercise at the LAPD Academy. And some strawberries have been recalled. They've been linked to a multi-state outbreak of hepatitis A. They had sell-by dates that are already long expired, but you may have them in your freezer. So I say, you have any strawberries in your freezer, just get rid of them and start fresh. Well, some companies are sending letters to the Attorney General of a state. And in these letters, they are declaring that they do not discriminate against a certain group. Why would this be happening? Now, we've heard the stories and the court cases about, for example, bakers that didn't want to make a wedding cake for a gay couple, and then the state stepped in and sanctioned the cake baker, and then the cake baker went to the courts and said, you can't do that. I should be allowed to choose who I make a cake for, and in many cases the courts have said, yes, that's true. You should. And that entire paradigm there has been thought of as a very, progressive, overly woke way of running a society. That somebody doesn't want to do business with a certain kind of person, you're going to force them under the penalty of big fines and maybe ruining their business. And so here we go again with a state that has passed a law, and it says you cannot do business with us in any shape, way, or form if you discriminate against a certain group of people. You will not do business with those people. You will not do business with us. And in certain cases, not doing business with those people could be a criminal offense. But I don't think this is some ultra-woke, left-wing progressive thing, because the state that I'm talking about is Texas, and the group of people that I'm talking about are gun companies and ammunition companies. And Texas recently passed a law that says banks and other financial networks cannot discriminate against gun companies. And if you're not going to do business with gun companies, you will not do any business with the state of Texas, plus you could be in big trouble. And that's why J.P. Morgan Chase just sent a letter to the state of Texas declaring that they do not discriminate against gun companies. They have long-standing business relationships with gun companies. They anticipate continuing these relationships into the future. It was sent from a big law firm that helps J.P. Morgan Chase with their stuff. Citigroup, another big banking company, they sent a similar letter to the state of Texas saying essentially the same thing. Why? Because this law not only says if you discriminate against gun companies, you can't do business with us and you could be in big trouble, it also says you must affirmatively declare that you don't. I don't know what the difference is between making a company say that it doesn't and then catching them discriminating and not requiring any company to say anything and catching them discriminating, except for the fact that possibly somebody would be prosecuted for perjury if these letters are considered sworn declarations of some kind. But they really want to lock in the financial firms into saying on the record that they don't. And the fact is that some of them do and have. Citigroup, for example, stopped allowing their networks to be used for certain kinds of firearms sales. Like, for example, if you bought a gun at a gun show and therefore did not go through a background check, Citigroup's policy was, we will not process that gun sale. If you go to a gun store and you have a background check, fine, put it on your card. Not at a gun show. And there were a few other things where they said we don't want to be helping facilitate certain kinds of transactions. So Texas has their priorities, and just as Oregon wanted to protect people pursuing same-sex marriages, for example, that when they want to get a cake made, that they could get a cake made, Texas has decided they want to protect gun companies from being discriminated against in the financial sector. And there's a lot of motivation for financial companies to comply, because obviously you don't want to be in trouble, you don't want to get sued, but also one of the big sources of income for Wall Street are the fees that they get for putting together municipal bond transactions and underwriting those bonds and bond issues that are put out. And Texas is one of the country's biggest issuer of municipal bonds. So, for example, I think just last year, Texas generated $350 million in fees for financial firms from bond-related transactions. So even if you were not going to be prosecuted or sued by the state of Texas, the simple fact that Texas would not do business with your bank is a pretty significant stick, if you will. And I don't know that there are many financial institutions that have the depth of dedication to the principles about, I guess, not wanting to facilitate the drug trade, the gun trade. When it comes down to the bottom line, suddenly we're a little more flexible in our policies. And so that's what's going on right now. And it's funny to me because everybody's the same. Politicians are all the same. They point the finger at each other. You're so left. You're so right wing. No, you're both politicians. The fact that you're politicians means way more than what party you claim to be from or what ideology that you claim to espouse. You are far more similar as politicians than you are different because you claim to be left-wing and you claim to be super conservative. And here's a good example, because you would think a state like Texas would not want to interfere in the choices that a business makes in terms of who they do business with, that they would be very, very opposed to it. But they have no problem getting into that if it's for a business that they like. Just like in Oregon, you would think, why should you tell a baker he's got to make a cake for somebody he doesn't want to? Well, because we have a particular interest in a particular kind of person that is being discriminated against. Texas has a particular interest in a particular kind of business that they feel is being discriminated against. So really, if you think about it, it's exactly the same philosophy. And you will find this in almost every aspect of politics, that if you get rid of the little details and you just look at the broad strokes, it's all the same. So if you have a little bank or savings and loan or something, you better get your Texas letter prepared as soon as possible. All right, let's get some news from Jennifer Jonesley, and then Top Gun Maverick is out. It is making tons of money. How much help did they get from the military this time? Because they got a lot of help for the first Top Gun, as have many Hollywood productions going back, honestly, certainly going back to at least the first ever Academy Awards that were given out so long ago. And we'll get into that here. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. And here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Well, the son of famous Compton rapper DJ Quick has been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting in Downey. David Blake Jr. allegedly shot a man after a fight on Carfax Avenue last Wednesday night. Police arrested Blake the next day. He works as a liaison to a Compton city councilman. A car has crashed into a crowd during a street takeover in South LA. Cars were doing donuts at the intersection of Century Boulevard and Hoover Street about 1:45 Saturday when the car veered into a crowd of spectators. Some people surrounded the car while others jumped on it and then fell off as it sped away. The LA River, Elysian Valley, and Sepulveda Basin recreation zones have been opened for kayaking and other activities through September 30th. Swimming is not allowed in the river. People are encouraged to check the river's quality and conditions ahead of time. And the first hurricane of the season is formed off the southern Pacific coast of Mexico. Hurricane Agatha gained power yesterday and is expected to make landfall along a stretch of tourist beaches and fishing towns near Puerto Escondido. Your SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a sunny day for your Memorial Day, a little bit warmer than we've seen. Highs today will be in the upper 60s at the beaches, mid to upper 70s for Metro LA and OC, upper 70s to low 80s for the valleys in the IE, but we'll keep warming it up. By Wednesday, we should see highs in the 90s. Stay that way into Thursday, start to cool it down again for the weekend. In Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. This time, let's check the 60.
You betcha will do. Around Diamond Bar now. I must start with most of our freeways are in pretty good shape, so be careful. But here's something to watch for. It's on the eastbound 60 at Diamond Bar Boulevard. Now that's just as you kind of leave the East 60, North 57 split, making that right turn there. But CSP's responding. You got a call for help there, so just be careful if you're headed that way as well. Going towards Seal Beach now. Southbound 605 at Willow. Right lane's been blocked for a while. Won't slow you down too much at all, really. Just minimal slowing. Stay to the left. Just right lane is blocked. And again, we're in pretty good shape. LAX, I must warn you, the departure level is really, really busy this morning. A lot of confusion at the airport with flights and stuff, so just be careful if you're headed that way. Call from home if you're still at home. That's a very good idea. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Barr.
Susan Smith here from Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Have you ever had a plumber to your house to fix something and felt totally vulnerable when they gave you an estimate? Is it a fair price? Is the estimate even for the right thing? I mean, really, how would you even know? Have you ever gotten an estimate only to find out later that it didn't include everything, so you end up paying more than you thought? It's frustrating. If you ask me, it's totally unacceptable. When you call Service Champions for a plumbing problem, I'll make you a promise. Our technician will diagnose the problem right the first time, and the estimate you get is going to be the final price you pay, period. No guessing, no surprises, no funny business. Just a guaranteed price up front in writing. For clogged drains or any plumbing problems, call Service Champions at 833-777-7777 or at servicechampions.com.
Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, AC, and good people.
Accidents happen. Maybe you, maybe a friend, but if you're involved in a car accident, don't go it alone. Don't expect the insurance companies to be fair. They are protecting their profits and their stockholders. You need a lawyer, a good lawyer. You need my friend, Sweet James, the dense beard of justice. Here's what makes Sweet James accident attorneys different. Sweet James used to work for insurance companies, but after seeing victims of accidents, he switched out and has been an advocate for the injured ever since. Plus, Sweet James accident attorneys put their own money and time into strengthening your case to maximize your compensation. Not every law firm is able or willing to do that. Remember, you pay nothing until they win. Car accident, motorcycle accident, slip and fall. Call Sweet James accident attorneys at 800-500-5200. Put the number in your cell, 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, or sweetjames.com.
There's only one candidate for mayor who hasn't raked in millions from special interests. Rick Caruso. One candidate who won't take a dime from corporations. Rick Caruso. One candidate who will work for $1 a year. Rick Caruso. One candidate whose only special interest is ending homelessness, curbing crime, and giving back to the city he loves. Rick Caruso. He can clean up LA. Paid for by Rick Caruso for Mayor 2022. Additional information is available at fx.lacity.org.
I
am celebrating both National Salad and Hamburger Months by eating a Wahlburger every day with extra lettuce, tomato, and onion. Hashtag multitasking. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morocco. Number 5.
The marketplace is open. 7 delectable dining experiences under one roof. It's your turn to experience what everyone is talking about.
Number 4.
Rodney Carrington Live, August 6th. Get your tickets now.
3.
New slots and giant jackpots. Come try our new Touch Series progressive slot machines next to Splash Box.
Number 2.
Spice up your Sunday for free. Live Latin music at the Sideline Stage every Sunday, 6 to 10 p.m.
And the number 1 reason.
There's no funner time than summertime at Oasis Pool. It's summer in SoCal. Pool parties are just what you chose.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
California's public safety is under attack by failed rule policies and rogue DAs. It's not too late to save the Golden State. Vote to make California safe again. Vote Eric Early for California Attorney General.
High-efficiency toilets save water with every flush. For water-saving tips, go to bewaterwise.com.
KFI.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart app, even in the danger zone. This is the Bill Handel Show. It's Memorial Day. Bill is off today. Some of the stories we're watching for you at KFI. The Justice Department is going to do an invited review of the law enforcement response to the Texas school shootings. And LA County has bought $750,000 worth of baby formula, and very soon, when they get it, it'll start handing that stuff out at food distribution sites and through outreach programs for new mothers. Now, Top Gun, Maverick. It is making a lot of money. It is also getting, I can't say uniformly good reviews because I haven't read every review, but it is getting a lot of very good reviews, even from reviewers who you would think would dismiss it as a piece of pop culture garbage. There, instead, many of them are saying it's actually a really good movie. And I don't know how surprising it is, because certainly the first Top Gun was a massive success, really a cultural phenomenon. 1986 is the year Tom Cruise is playing Maverick. Jen, I don't know if you can hear me right now or if you're working. Okay, I assume that you saw, and I don't know why I'm making this assumption, you saw Top Gun and you love it.
A million times over, yeah.
Okay, what is Maverick's real name?
Now, Eric.
I have no idea.
Pete Mitchell.
Of course it is. I forgot that. I totally forgot Pete Mitchell. Oh, don't do Top Gun trivia with me, because my
No, I just wanted that one. Just the relationship. The relationship to Top Gun, the movie, is not based on incorporating all the details, like the main character. Do we agree that Maverick is the main character of Top Gun?
Yes.
And yet, some people who love the movie and have seen it, gosh knows how many times, don't know what Maverick's real name is.
If you had given me time, maybe I could have come up with that. My brother just won a stupid Top Gun trivia contest in the Bay Area. He's that guy.
That's fantastic.
No, it's dorky.
Oh, okay. I was trying to be nice about it.
I was.
Well, Top Gun was a huge hit. It brought in over $176 million, which today, of course, would be a failure. But in 1986, that was big, big bucks. And also, recruiting went crazy. It was a bonanza for the Navy in particular. They were setting up recruiting stations outside of the movie theaters because everybody wanted to be a naval aviator. And there's one study that found applications for naval aviators went up 500%.